to send the video to the news station earlier, but for a while didn't want to be on camera, and for multiple reasons. I had to stop working due to an injury, having to work, and left me being like that. Got really sick. Had organ failure and other things going on. They ended up, my work terminated me while I was still out on the workers' comp injury before I was able to come back. And then I was in the middle of chelation treatment because I was diagnosed with lead poisoning, and they canceled my benefits. I spoke to them right away after, and work had basically told me they were going to fix it, and I waited patiently, and waited patiently, and it never got fixed. So I was really sick, and it took me over a year just to get positive blood results. Now I'm having seizures and a lot of other health issues, and haven't even been able to get treated because I have been harassed by local police departments. Now, I was actually working with OSHA because I was really concerned with friends and other workers at this company, because it is a pretty big company. And we had spoke for probably about an hour all in all, and basically because my work terminated me while I was still out, I'm not a current employee, so I guess they couldn't do an official complaint. I have the whole conversation recorded. However, I was working on protecting my friends and coworkers when recently the police entered my house, and things got broke in my room that were given to me by my mother, who is now deceased, handed down to her from her mother. So they came in the house. They ended up arresting my landlord's daughter for possession of weed, which he just had 2 hips replaced. So I'm afraid to leave the house. Now I'm not even allowed to drive. I have 2 eye surgeries, then trying to make ends meet doing errands for my bicep tendon. Right after I finally got my unemployment, which my work lied and said that I just didn't come back. Didn't come back July 29th. I was supposed to, when they knew that wasn't true, and in all the recordings of the conversations we had, they're obviously lying, and it's very easy to see, or hear, I should say. Now, all this happened to me, and it's horrible. It really is. But there's more to this story too. It was also affecting other people. Just prior to me leaving work with the workers' comp injury, somebody at my work killed somebody. Not at the job site, but they were charged with murder, and I believe the police came and actually searched for the murder weapon there. So, it's very serious. It's a very serious situation, and just listening here promise you will save some monies in different ways. Now going on to that, my work lied. I eventually got overturned by the appeal tribunal. Then going from there, I was recently working with OSHA, and along the time of going to doctors and trying to figure out my health situation, which has been extremely rough, because I'm ultimately worried about my own safety and not getting thrown in jail again. I was thrown in jail based on cases that were fabricated, and it's obviously clear if you just look at any of all the documents I put all over Facebook. I just want somebody to look into this, because it just doesn't make sense how they can make me slip through the system like this. And it's just sad, because just even recently I was trying to help my neighbors shovel the heavy snow at the end of the driveway. And basically, I was helping my neighbors, and the plow trucks were waiting for me to finish. Then they would come down, slow down, push the huge pile back in front of my driveway. And a day later, I was in the hospital having a seizure. So I hope everybody feels good about themselves. And it wasn't me that just noticed this. My landlord noticed it. My neighbors noticed it. So, yes, Mr. Wegley, maybe you didn't take long to speak for. People are going to know you're behind this. Miss Wegley, spreading those rumors about me. Even going back to high school trips, I have letters, people, even when I was away, saying how you were starting trouble for me. You should be ashamed of yourself. I knew that Sabrina told me what happened to you, what your grandfather did to you. I didn't go spreading rumors about you, or the truth about you. That's stuff that I feel sorry for you for. But what you've done to my life, so basically, get back from the military, 2006, which I want to take a little focus to this right here. This is my oath of enlistment. I signed it June 7th, 2006. I want to read just a couple, I want to read this kind of quick, or at least just familiarize yourself with it afterwards. But I'm just going to read a couple sections of it. That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States. This Constitution serves as this nation's legal foundation document, and when coupled with amendments and legal interpretations, serve as the basic charter under which our government of law operates and protects all Americans and our way of life. To preserve this nation, I will uphold and champion its provisions while shielding and protecting it to the utmost of my capabilities. Against all enemies, foreign and domestic, I will oppose all those who are hostile to the provisions of the nation and who seek to change it by threat or action. This includes those who seek to impose their government or philosophy which is contrary to our nation's beliefs. I realize that the individual, group, or nations which threaten us could include American citizens or foreigners, or a combination of both. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. In both word and deed, I will continue to express my devotion and loyalty to our Constitution and government. I have an obligation to uphold, and it will do nothing which could be interpreted as possessing a lack of confidence or belief in our nation. That I will obey the orders of the President of the United States. The Commander-in-Chief holds ultimate authority to lead the United States military as a means to protect our nation and the way of life. As outlined in our laws, the military serves the democratically elected leader of this nation, and the orders of the officers appointed over me acknowledge that the officers are placed in positions of leadership over me and are responsible to maintain order and discipline in the military environment while executing duties to accomplish assigned missions and tasks. According to the regulations of the Uniform Code of Military Justice,
As the military operates worldwide and within unique circumstances, there is a special system of laws and courts to help maintain good order and discipline. The system protects my rights while a member of the military. So help me God. With my belief in a supreme being, I make the covenant of conscience and invoke assistance of higher power in fulfilling the obligations of this oath to society.
This is what I signed, and that's why I was asking who protects me. Basically, this all started from a girl I dated in 8th grade. I was like 13 years old, I believe. And this family's taken multiple stabs at me. They got the police involved. I think it was 2011. Officer Jess of Pumpkin Lakes. And they didn't get the outcome they wanted, basically because Miss Wegley was going to be charged for endangering the welfare of a child because they were worried about me having pictures that Serena and I had taken when we were younger, and they were worried about them ever getting out. So the crime was fabricated, or I don't know, made up, I guess I should say. And basically, I was advised to leave the house, and I had a bunch of cash in my safe, which was just recently from my totaled out car. I had evidence against John Barone from Riverdale because he was into little girls, and basically my problems with him started when I came back from the military, and somebody reached out to me about joining the military to get away from town because apparently he had a thing for Alicia, and I'm sure people remember he would just, if you ever traveled on Mead Ave in Riverdale, New Jersey, you would see the car parked out in front, opposite side of the street, reverse direction, above the wall kind of thing. Yeah, he had, I guess, a few cases with anybody that was around Alicia, and ultimately, then I find out that he also had a problem with my sister when my sister was 16. I don't know the age of Barone, but I know he's older than my sister, and that's just very, very disturbing. And, then a case gets made up in Bloomingdale, New Jersey. That was the stop of how Pumpkin brought me in on the charges. And you hear rumors about John Barone getting caught in evidence for stealing drugs, and my question is, were those drugs the drugs you were trying to plant on me? Because ultimately the case in Bloomingdale got dropped because they said that drugs weren't tested by whoever was supposed to test them, which means they just didn't have the real drugs to plant on me. So they were trying to get me to accept charges, and I ultimately didn't. They just pushed too hard, and I had nothing on my record, and I just kept fighting. They found every way to keep tearing me down. I lost my job. I was thrown in jail for a few weeks. Lost my job. And it all starts, I think one of the first things was Wild Bull, New Jersey. I get arrested. And Barone that was part of the evidence I had against him. One day after leaving Walmart, he threatened me, and I caught the tail end on my recorder. And he asked me if I liked my surprise at Wild Bull. And I was leaving Wild Bull, sitting in the car with the window down, and somebody ran up to the car and sucker punched me in the side of my face. I got out of the car, and I got maced and arrested. That's where it started, and I don't know who punched me, but for some reason my memory with lead poisoning is not very good, but I do know for some reason the name David Moore keeps coming to me. I don't know if that's correct. Don't hold me to it if it's not, but for some reason that name keeps ringing a bell. And the only reason I didn't get in trouble was Alicia's father was a cop in Patterson, and he ultimately got me out there. And so Barone started harassing me from that point on, and even on camera at Thatcher McGee's, John Barone and detective or Mr. Williams, who worked for Mr. Wegley prior to becoming a cop, they're on camera
at Thatcher's, and I ordered a drink at the bar, and I was turning around to return to the table, and John Barone smacked all the drink coasters off the bar at me. And I know this because one of them hit me in the back of the leg, and then also everybody when I returned to the table was like, do you know what just happened? Do you know what just happened? Multiple people saw what he just did, you know? So then we go to the party where that 18-year-old died the morning after. Like, I was at that party. She looked fine when she left. Then she's dead the next morning in Mr. Williams' apartment. It's not investigated? Come on. They're above the law. They're allowed to carry weapons, and I'm supposed to feel safe. I have to leave the house every day with recordings, a recorder, multiple cameras. This is the way I'm supposed to live. I can't drive. Can't make money. My dog gets sick, which is like my son, and I can't help, basically because it was a snowstorm. There was only one place open, and they wouldn't do the surgery unless you had the money. So this is why now all this stuff's coming out, because I had to do what I had to do, because it was my dog's life. But everything I'm telling you checks out. Even while this case got made up, and all my money got stolen from me, and I lost my friends and family, I still went to school, finished top, got 3 awards. Then my first job ever doing metal work in this, then I get sick. All my conversations are recorded. Everything's been backed in multiple ways. I don't have money. I haven't gotten a check since August 3rd of 2016 from workers' comp. And then I got a very, very short period of unemployment. Other than that, I've had the Mickey Mouse things together to just present everything I'm presenting right now. And there's so much more to this and everything I'm saying. I have so much evidence to support it, and recordings, and this isn't made up. Everything I'm telling you will check out. It will take time, but it's great because I was praying that I would find this, and just found all my addresses to everybody, a lot of people I met along the way when I was away with the military. Things that I did, people that knew me before all this stuff started, to tell the person that I was, and the people that actually knew me, that anybody that's had a conversation with me, I was a good guy. Not the guy that everybody's made me out to be around here, and I can't even leave the area because I have no way to leave. So basically, I'm asking for your help, and I really need it, and it will help save some lives here. And you're gonna probably wondering why I have glasses on and got the hat on, but yeah, I haven't had a chance to finish applying for the assistance for the food and for the heat and all that stuff, because if I get thrown in jail again, they don't have any reason now, so if they don't have a reason then, it doesn't matter. You don't have to worry about those things. When you're in jail, you don't have to worry about the benefits. You don't have to worry about anything like that. So see what's my top priority and wonder why I have to live the way I live, and now it's just been enough. And they bullied me for too long, and then recently I found a wallet leaving Walmart. I left the doctor's appointment, went to Walmart to return. I was going to return the tub. I've been trying to pack things because I was supposed to move prior to this, and then I got torn my bicep tendon and couldn't. And basically, so I was getting more tubs because I've been organizing everything, and I just forgot a lid, so I went back the next day to Walmart to either exchange it or return it, either or. And I was online for like probably half an hour, and then Simone had called or texted me saying she needed her car, and I hadn't told her I went to Walmart. I was only supposed to go to my appointment in Bonton. So I went to Walmart, and now I'm ready to, I'm rushing. This is probably the only time I didn't return the shopping cart for one. the thing when I ran out. I'm always the guy that does. And so I rushed out. But on my way out, I found a wallet. Went home, told my landlord and Simone about it. Also, my brother about it. Me and my brother went out to get some food. Within an hour of leaving Walmart, 5 cops were in my house, rummaging through my stuff. I don't know how it went down, but when I came home, the picture on top had fallen, so I don't know if it was from them opening drawers and stuff. And previously, this angel that my mother had given me from her mother must have gotten pushed by the fallen picture frame, fell off. The angel wing broke its wing, and there's nothing that can replace those things to me. So then you also have things like
get a chance, you can give me a call. It looks like you're going to have a Riverdale case. David Kent, how you doing? It's Sergeant Steve Cavati, Pompton Lake Police. Listen, when you get a chance, you can give me a call back, please. I appreciate it. I was trying to speak to you earlier on the phone, but we disconnected. Anyway, when you get a chance, you can give me a call. It looks like you're going to have a Riverdale case, which we're not involved in, but they dropped off paperwork at the house, and you're probably going to have a court date for them. Okay, now also, there was an item, I'm sure you know there was an incident at the home last night, okay? We were there for trying to contact you, and it led to something else. There was an item that was found in the home, okay, that looks like it's probably owned by you. So, it looks like it might be some type of drug, but we don't know at this time. So I'm giving you the opportunity to come in and give us a statement on what it is. All right, I'm working tonight until 7 a.m. I'm also working tomorrow night, all night from 7 p to 7 a. So if you want to come in and give me a statement on it, all right, and tell me what it is, we'll go from there. All right, just ask for me, Sergeant Steve Cafati. If not, Dave, then we're going to continue our investigation, and there could be additional charges. So I'm giving you an opportunity to come in and speak to me. If you have any questions, call me, or just stop in between those hours, and we will go from there. All right? You can call me at the Pompton Lakes Police Department at 973-835-0400. Thanks. Mr. David Kent, how you doing? This is Sergeant Steve Cafati, Pompton Lakes Police. I left you one message, and I was waiting for a phone call. Never heard from you. Listen, this is my last message that I'm leaving you. All right? Trying to work with you here, but the bottom line is if I don't get a statement from you or Simone claiming who owns that pill, when the results come back from the lab, if it is a CDS or, in other words, a drug, an illicit drug, someone's getting charged. And if I don't get a statement from either one of you, there's going to be charges for both of you. And I'm saying this as respectfully as I can, but with your pending charges in Riverdale right now for that theft, which, if you did it or not, I know you said you were going to be fighting that in court from what I understand, and that's fine. But that charge is still pending. And now with Simone's pending charges from the marijuana in the house, it is possible that with this new charges from these pills, that they might go on a warrant, which means that you and Simone could possibly spend time at Passaic County Jail. All right, I'm trying to work with you and give you an opportunity to contact me, so we can just try and figure this out as best we can. So this is my last phone call. I will not be contacting you again about this. But if I don't hear from you, I'm simply going to wait for the results from the lab, and then you both are going to be charged. Okay? So I'm asking that you come down to headquarters and talk to me about this. If you feel more comfortable calling me over the phone and not just walking down here, that's fine. Call me and we'll at least discuss it over the phone and we'll go from there. All right? My telephone number at headquarters is 973-835-0400. You know who I am. Just ask for me. If I'm working, we're going to talk. If not, leave me a voice message and I'll get back to you. All right? Again, 973-835-0400. And it's Sergeant Steve Cafati, Pompton Lakes Police. Thanks.
Does that sound like fair treatment for somebody that doesn't have any drug record or any charges on his record? That they entered my house and basically went through everything. So I'm not safe at home. They just do what they want. They don't have to answer to anybody. And that's why I'm asking for my message to get to the president, because the system is not right. And then the officer that had first left me made me leave my house in 2013 when my stepmother made up the crime against me, asked me to leave the house, and he's the one that was assigned to me by Internal Affairs, and I previously had went in and said I didn't feel comfortable with him because he ultimately started this and made me leave the house, and that's how they got into my safe. So how do I feel comfortable telling him anything? And talking about Mickey Mouse stuff, like how long would it take them to fix something like this on a document? Like, why does it have to be crossed off? And it was crossed off right in front of me and written. It's like, I have a reason to not believe anything you guys say. You guys trick people into stuff all the time. And I know you guys wanted me on the drug court for a while and you won't let me out of jail. And if I would have accepted that, I would have been buried, and I know that. So that's why I had to wait it out. Even though I was in my cell and got one of my communications cut off because I said I wanted to kill myself. Which, yeah, I did, because I was miserable. Because you guys took my freedom away from me. And now you guys should pay for it. You think this is just, oh, Dave's on drugs? Well, guess what? I was recently at the hospital. Anybody that knows me, any family member will tell you that's not true. It's not true. He's crazy? No, I'm just losing my patience. Just losing my patience. The system. Then temporary disability. There's no office. You call, you don't get in touch with them, you send them faxes. There's no way to correct it. Like I said, I haven't been paid, and then I was watching my son, or my dog, my dog, my son, he's both of them to me. Watching him gonna die because I can't pay, when I don't want to be diagnosed with anything. I don't want to not be able to drive. You think I like this? No, it's not like that. I just can't even leave this area. So, you wonder why it took me this long and nobody knew about it? It's because I've been holding all this in, and now it needs to get out, because it is sick what these men have done and the families have done to me. I'm going to leave it off with that, because this has been the longest I've been able to talk about this without crying. So I don't want to have to keep reliving this every time I have to tell the story to somebody or somebody and somebody. And there's a lot to get in, but anybody that knows me, anybody that really knows me, could easily put the pieces together, and there's people around that all know information about this. And it's went on for a long time, and I don't know how these men have got away with it, but I'm sure if they put me in jail and I was in jail, I'm sure there's people that are in jail still because of the lies that these men made up. And I'm sure they're going to spread more rumors now saying, oh, he's on drugs and this and that, anything to damage my reputation, but my reputation's already gone. My life has been taken away from me, and this is my last means.
this is my last resort, I should say. So please just look into this and do the right thing here. And I have all the information backed up in multiple ways. I have 25 conversations with New Jersey's manufacturers, then playing games, leaving me in limbo for over a month while I was going through all that. I work, and taking my vacation pay, paying my benefits while I was out with it, giving me whatever was left, then canceling my benefits so I couldn't go through the rest of my treatment. So now, instead of, I was supposed to actually only be back a month later, but it ended up taking me an additional about 8 or 9 months. So now I'm having all these side effects, and I don't have good insurance anymore because I can't afford to pay for it. So I'm going through the process of needing referrals for everything, and now I'm dying. I'm just, there's nothing left that I can enjoy anymore. You've taken it all from me, so I hope you feel proud being a bully. And hopefully soon you'll know why you shouldn't have just judged me. And all along I didn't ask anybody for help. And now I am. And that's why this is all coming out just right now. So please help me. Thank you.